Hello, this is Nico Baker with week 5 activity video number 3. Let's jump right into it. Question number 1. The weatherman said on the television that it is going to rain today, so it will rain today. From our key information on page 179, we know that the weatherman said it is going to be sunny and warm all day today. That one I put inductive because the conclusion is probably true. So it's a strong statement. The premise for that I put also was a yes for true premise. The key evidence that was ignored. Well, no, I'm sorry. The key evidence ignored that requires it. Yeah, it requires it. It was a different conclusion because it was obviously sunny. So for that one, I had no cogent on that one because the conclusion turned out to be different. Number 2, all Olympic gold medalists are amazing athletes. Miss Franklin and Allison Schmidt from the United States each won 5 gold medals in the 2012 Summer Olympics. It follows that Missy Franklin and Allison Schmidt are amazing athletes. For this one, I put deductive. It is possible for all conclusions to be false. No, because they won gold in the Olympics. So for that one, it's valid. The premise is true, and all the premises are true. So I have sound for that one. Number 3, Mark is an introvert. So Mark is a person who likes to be the life of the party, of the life of every party. For that one, I put deductive for that one. And also I had invalid for true premise. What was yes. And I'm going back for the premise wasn't true because we know him to be an introvert, so I put unsound for that one. Move on to number 4. Either Wookiees are large, hairy, primate-like creatures, or Wookiees are frog dogs. Wookiees are not frog dogs. Therefore, Wookiees are large, hairy, primate-like creatures. I just know this one from the movie Star Wars. That one's deductive because Wookiees are large, hairy, like primate creatures. So that one's valid. The premise is true. So I have sound for that one. Moving on to number 5. Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister of Great Britain, so she must be a citizen of Ireland. For that one, I have deductive. It's invalid though because the conclusion is false because she's from Ireland. So I have the premise to be true, but it's unsound because because the premise is not true. Did I do that one wrong? I got that one as deductive. It's deductive. Is it possible that the conclusion to be false? I put invalid for that one. I'm sorry. I think that's what I said. It's invalid because even though she's the Prime Minister of Great Britain, doesn't mean that she's a citizen of Ireland. The premise for that one, though, was true. I put was true. So why do I have unsound? I think I messed up on 5. I'll come back to that one. But I have unsound. But I think I'm wrong. I'll go down to number 6 and I'll go back to number 5 because I'm confused. Not confused, I'm just... I got deductive. Moving on to number 6. Let's see. All these women are all famous and accomplished correspondents. And since they're all women, it follows that women can make excellent war correspondents. For this one, I had inductive. The conclusion, I have strong for that one because the conclusion is true. All the premise is true. The premise is true for that one. Now the premise for that one is, yes, true, but I have cogent for that one. Because the key evidence ignored from the regulars was a different conclusion. No, there was no different conclusion, so yeah, I had cogent for that one. Moving on to number 7. Sir Paul McCartney claims in Tune to Yesterday was just there one morning in his head when he woke up after dreaming of it being played in a string. By a string ensemble. So the strong probability did come to him in the dream. From our notes, we know that he says it came to him in a dream, listening to the tune of a strong being played by a classical string ensemble. So for that one, I had inductive. For that one, I had inductive. We know that it's strong because the conclusion is true. I've lost my spot. We know that it's strong because the conclusion is true. The premise is true also. So for that one, I have cogent. And finally, the last 4 cherry pies I bought from Marie Callender's restaurant were fabulous. So the next cherry pie I buy will be fabulous too. For this one, I put inductive. Excuse me. And for that one, I put inductive. Inductive. The conclusion was true. So I made it to be strong. The premise was also true for that. The key evidence ignored requires no different conclusion. They enjoyed the pies, even though there's no guarantee that the next 4 pies will be good. They seem to like the 4 that they ate. So the conclusion was the same. So I had cogent for that one.